Chapter 13. The Official Report. The police station in Saint-Malo always felt too bright in the mornings. Fluorescent lights hummed overhead, washing the walls in a sterile glow that made everything look flatter, cleaner, simpler than it truly was. Nesrine sat at her desk, the cursor blinking on the blank report template. The silence around her punctuated only by the occasional ring of a phone or the distant clatter of someone making coffee. She had been staring at the screen for 10 minutes, not because she didn't know what to write, but because she knew exactly what she couldn't. Arthur sat across from her, a paper cup of coffee cooling between his hands. He looked out of place in the station, too weathered, too quiet, too observant. He had offered to leave, but Nesrine had shaken her head. She didn't want solitude, not yet. She began typing. Incident report. Birkin House Capitain Nesrine Boudaoud. Date mas redacted. Summary. At approximately 4:12 on the morning of... She stopped. The cursor blinked. Patient, unjudging. Arthur watched her. You don't have to write it all at once. I do, she said. If I stop, I'll start thinking. And that's bad? It's complicated. She continued typing. Officers responded to a call regarding a break-in at the former residence known as Birkin House. Upon arrival, 5 deceased individuals were discovered in a locked room, arranged around a dining table. No signs of struggle, no immediate cause of death. She paused again. Arthur leaned forward. You're writing the facts. Yes, but the facts aren't the truth. She looked up at him. The truth doesn't belong in a report. Arthur nodded slowly. Then where does it belong? In memory, she said. In understanding. In the spaces between the lines. She returned to the keyboard. The suspect, identified as redacted, fled the scene during the storm. A pursuit ensued along the cliff path. The suspect fell from the cliff edge and was lost to the sea. Recovery pending. Her fingers hovered over the keys. She didn't write. He wasn't running from us. He was running from himself. She didn't write. He wanted to be seen, and the world refused him until the moment he stepped into the void. She didn't write. I saw him. Too late. Instead, she typed, Case closed, pending recovery and autopsy. She saved the document. Arthur watched her with a quiet, steady gaze. That's the version the world gets. Yes. And your version? She leaned back in her chair, rubbing her eyes. My version doesn't matter. Arthur shook his head. It does because you're the only one who understood him. Nesrine didn't respond. She didn't trust her voice. Instead, she stood and walked to the evidence table, where the bundle of letters lay sealed in a clear plastic bag. The ink looked darker under the fluorescent lights, the handwriting more frantic, more human. Arthur joined her. What happens to them? They go into storage, she said. Filed away. Forgotten. Like him. Nesrine's jaw tightened. I won't forget him. Arthur studied her for a moment. You carry people, even when you shouldn't. She didn't deny it. She returned to her desk, closing the report file. The station felt too small suddenly, too bright, too loud. She needed air. She needed the sea. She needed the house. Not because it was safe, but because it was honest. Arthur stood. You're going back. Yes, I'll come with you. She didn't argue. They left the station together, stepping into the pale morning light. The sky was clearing, the storm's remnants drifting out to sea. The air smelled of salt and wet stone, the scent of endings and of something quieter beneath them. As they walked toward the car, Arthur glanced at her. You know, he said, most people would say the case is over. It isn't, Nesrine replied. Why not? She looked toward the distant cliffs, where Birkin House stood like a sentinel carved from memory. Because the house hasn't finished speaking.